Hello students, today we'll see what a clause is. It is in fact from lesson number 8. Before we see what a clause is, let's first see parts of speech. If I ask you how many parts of speech are there, it is certain that you will be able to answer how many parts of speech are there. There are 8 parts of speech. Each part of speech is a word. For example, dog, cow, etc. Dog is a word. Cow is a word. Take any part of speech. For example, adjectives. Good. Good is an adjective. It is a word. Now let's say something about what a phrase is. A phrase is a group of words having no subject and no verb. For example, in the sky, on the table, etc. In the sky is a group of words. It has no subject and no verb. On the table is also a phrase which has no subject and no verb. Now let's say something about what a clause is. A group of words having its own subject and verb and forming a part of a bigger sentence is called a clause. We have different types of clauses. As we have 3 types of phrases, we have also 3 types of clauses. For example, noun clauses, adjective clauses, and adverbial clauses. This exercise, taken from lesson number 8, in fact, deals with adverbial clauses of time. And in some other lesson, we have all other types of adverbial clauses given. Now let's concentrate on adverbial clauses. First, let us see what an adverb is. Why? Because if we do not know what an adverb is, we will not be able to understand what an adverbial clause is. So what is an adverb? An adverb is a word that qualifies or modifies a verb. In fact, an adverb is the combination of 2 words, add plus verb. In other words, a word used to add something to the meaning of the verb is called an adverb. Let's try to understand it with examples. He is going slowly. Now, what is slowly? It is an adverb. And as I have already said, all parts of speech are one word. Slowly is an adverb. It is a word. Now, what function does it do? He is going slowly. How is he going? He is going slowly. So, slowly is an adverb, modifying the verb is going. Now, if it is a word, let's try to change it into an adverbial phrase. He is going in a slow manner. In a slow manner is a phrase. What function does it do? This in a slow manner, which is a phrase, does the same work as slowly, which is an adverb. Now let's try to change this adverb slowly or in a slow manner, which is a phrase, into a clause. He is going as I want him to. Now, as I want him to is a clause. What type of clause is it? It is an adverbial clause of time. Why? Because as I want him to, which is a clause, does the same work as the adverb slowly or as the phrase in a slow manner. I hope you have understood what a clause is. In fact, this lesson deals with adverbial clauses of time. Adverbial clauses of time start with when, whenever, since, as long as, before, after, etc. If we do not use a conjunction before a group of words, it cannot be called a clause. And so when we use a clause, we have to use a conjunction. And since we are dealing with adverbial clauses of time, we have to use those conjunctions that I have already spoken of. In this book, lesson number 8, chapter number, exercise number 1 and exercise number 2. In exercise number 1, we have to complete sentences using adverbial clauses of time. And in exercise number 2, we have to identify the adverbial clause of time each sentence has. So if you have not been able to understand, try to understand when I give the answers to these questions. Thank you.